Hello everyone, welcome back to Twisted Serenity. Thanks for clicking on my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created some easy, inexpensive 4th of July patriotic decor. So remember, if you guys like what you see, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I really hope you guys enjoy. Now sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, so for the first one, I am grabbing 3 of the handles of the foam paintbrushes that you could get from Dollar Tree. They have these paintbrushes in the craft section and also, I believe, in the home repair section. I'm going to paint one with Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean, one in my Candy Apple by Apple Barrel, and one in my Waverly chalk paint in the color White. Throughout this whole video, I'm going to be using these 3 same colors, which I will link them in my description box. This is like twine, like in between twine and rope. It's not as thick as rope. It's not as thin as the twine from Dollar Tree. But I grabbed this one from Walmart. And I take it and I cut it down to pieces. And since these already have the opening on one side, you also could use dowels and drill a hole or whatever, but these already had the openings. Since they were the paintbrushes, I stuck the twine inside of our little opening of our paintbrushes because I wanted these to be like little firecrackers, fireworks. That's what they are. So I did that for all 3 of them. Now you see what I'm doing with the hot glue, where I take it and just put some hot glue on the little rope just to make the the point a little bit more thinner to fit inside that hole. If you guys do that, please be careful. I swear my hands are so immune to burns. So just be careful. Don't do that. Put it like that. Don't do that. Okay, so the rope was a little too long for me. So I just cut them down a little bit, and I cut all of them down. I wish I would have left them a little bit longer, but I just give them a little haircut. Now, once I finish with that, I take some twine. This is thinner twine. I believe this is the Dollar Tree one. And I'm just going to put them in a little bundle, and I'm going to wrap the twine all around it. And then I trim that up. You can leave twine hanging from it, but I have this Dollar Tree ribbon, which I love because it kind of looks like that farmhouse type of style. And I did rip it to give it the frayed edges, and I just tied that ribbon onto there, and that was it for this one, you guys. I love the way this came out, and better, it's so much better because it's basically for free. It was free. I recycled the paintbrushes, and all you use was some twine and paint. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so for this next one, I have 3 of these blocks, and then for those of you that are returning to my channel, you guys know I have this big bag of blocks that I've been having from Goodwill forever. That, I paid, I think it was $1 for it. So I did start off by painting 2 of my blocks white and 1 of the blocks with the ocean blue. Now I grabbed these stickers, and I believe these are from Walmart because they're a little bit bigger, but Dollar Tree does have stickers exactly like this. They're just a little bit smaller. And I took out the letters to spell out USA. Now once I'm using these as stencils. Now I also have these little sticker stars, and they didn't work that great, but I decided to use them as stencils as well. But they did bleed a little bit, so might as well get your Cricut or whatever, or even draw the stickers on, because these stickers did give me a run for my money. Now, once I have all my sticker stencils on there, I take the blue block and I paint it with white. And then I take my U and I paint it with the Waverly chalk paint, the color Ocean. And then I take my A and I paint it with my Candy Apple my Candy Apple by Apple Barrel. That was confusing. And so I gave it that red, white, and blue patriotic colors. Now I peeled my letters up, and it did bleed a little bit through, but that's fine. You could go right in with a little paintbrush and fix it up. And I noticed the A came out nice and crisp because the paint was a little bit more wet. So do not let it get too dried out. So make sure you just leave it a little bit wet and then peel it off. It's so much easier. And that was it for this one, you guys. Okay, so for this one, I have this little USA shape. And I think these are the little kits they sell at Dollar Tree. I don't know. I didn't have it in the kit. It was just thrown inside my stash pile. Now, I did give it a coat of white paint, and then I went over it with Waverly chalk paint. I didn't know what direction I was taking this thing, so that's why it does have so many different colors and stuff like that. So I decided to use this ribbon again, and I wanted to cover our whole USA shape. So I took out two pieces of the ribbon, and I made sure they were lined up so it could all look like one piece and to give the whole wood shape coverage. Now, if you have fabric, you could use fabric so you won't have to cut two pieces like I did. But at the time that I made this project, I did not have no like patriotic fabric. Plus, I really like the ribbon. So I'm gonna go in with my Mod Podge, and I'm gonna do it into like the strips. Like, so basically I'm going to go on the top half of my Mod Podge, and then I'm going to lay my piece of fabric down, and then I will do the same thing for the other bottom half. I will lay the Mod Podge and then lay the ribbon down. Okay, so I do flip it around, and I take my X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to take it and cut all the excess ribbon off using my X-Acto knife, going in the shape of the wood USA. So this is time consuming, but you know, when I have a time consuming project, I pop on a movie or YouTube and I just get it done, and it comes out super cute. Oh, another thing too, when I was doing it, I noticed that the ribbon was moving around too much. So I did flip it around, and I did Mod Podge all over the ribbon in the front of it, which I love it because it gave it like a darker, like rustic type of look. And so once I was done, you know, cutting it out, it wasn't complete. So it looked, I don't know how to describe it. It didn't look finished. That's how it is. So I did grab my finger sander, my nail filer, which I use as a sander, which these things are awesome from Dollar Tree. And I did sand it around, and it gave it a much, much cleaner look. So I have this little fabric heart, and I just wanted to add a little bit something more to it. So I just took some more Mod Podge, and I took the little fabric heart and I glued it right to the center of, well, almost the center. Now I'm looking back at it. I was like, oh, that's not complete center. And I glued it right into our USA. Now I did take a permanent marker, and I gave it, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that stitch look, just all around it, just to give it a little bit more like of a dimension. And that was it for this one, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for our next one, you guys, we are using some more of our paintbrush handles. I save all of them because I use them for projects. If you guys do not have paintbrush handles, Dollar Tree does sell like dowels, and Walmart has them right now for like $1.50. So I'm going to take a couple of them, and I am going to cut them into small pieces. Okay, so now that I have all my pieces cut, and I want to say I cut about 4 or 5 of them, I take my nail filer and I do sand them just to make them look a little bit more cleaner because they were rough. Now, I grab my red, white, and blue paint because I want to make these look like the red, white, and blue bomb pop popsicles. Those were my thing when I was little. I love those so much, even to this day. Like, I buy them, and I'm not gonna lie, I do hide them from my kids because they will be gone in a day if I don't hide them, and I'll never get one. And I paint red, white, and blue just in the exact order, and I paint all our little pieces like this. Okay, so now that I have all the pieces painted, I grab this big stick. This is like the sticks that you could roast like the marshmallows on that you could get from Dollar Tree. And I just cut them into small pieces, and I take them and I'm going to glue them onto each of our pieces so they can look like the popsicle sticks. Okay, so I wanted to put our popsicles in something, and I had this red, white, and blue like little mini tin buckets. And I take one out, and then I have some tinsel, and I stuck the piece of paper towel inside our little can so we won't have to use so much tinsel. And then I put tinsel over it. And then I have these clear beads, I think from Dollar Tree as well. I stick those inside of there. I wanted this to look like an ice bucket. So I stick that all in, and then I take our popsicles and I stick those in there. And that was it for this one, you guys. This is so stinking cute. I love how this one came out. Okay, you guys, so I have this heart and star shape out of cardstock, and we're just going to use these for stencils. I have this piece of fabric from Walmart, I believe, and this red fabric is from Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to rip the fabric because I want it to look frayed. I don't want it to look like too neat. We're doing like a no-sew, like little mini pillows. So once I have my piece of fabric ripped, I take our star and I'm just going to trace out 2 pieces of this fabric to make little pillows. Now the way I do it is I just take the 2 pieces, line them up, and I take my hot glue. I do use liquid stitch as well sometimes, and that stuff is awesome, you guys. And it's only like under $1 at Walmart. And I'm just gonna take the hot glue, put it down, lay it down, make sure the pieces are lined up like I said, and I use like a popsicle stick to really rub that hot glue in there so it doesn't look too bumped or bubbled up. And then I leave an opening so I could stuff it. Now the stuffing that I use, you guys, I've said this before on my channel, I have this gigantic unicorn that my daughter had that she threw away. And I was like, I'm not throwing that away. So I took like all the stuffing out of it. And that's what I've been using for like over 2 years. Anytime I make a project that needs some stuffing. Now I do a heart. I'm sorry, a star with this fabric. And then I take all the different fabrics that I have. And I do mix them up between hearts and stars. One thing that I do once I have it stuffed, I just, squish it up, like move it all around to make sure the stuffing's evenly inside there. And then I take my little pokey tool and I do pull out the edges to give it more of a frayed look. Like I said, I also have this fabric and I'm doing a heart out of this fabric. This one is, all these fabrics, I believe these I have got them from Walmart maybe like a year or 2 ago. And you could get like I forgot the size of it, but I think it's like a quarter of fabric for like 97 cents at Walmart. So I wanted to put our little pillows in something. So I grabbed this wood box from Dollar Tree and I stained it using some Waverly wax. Now I also have a little wood tag and I'm also going to stain that with my Waverly antique wax. Now once I have my little pieces stained, I do grab my red, white, and blue and I'm going to give it like a heavy dry brush over each of the lines of our red, white, and blue, but I still want the antique wax to pop up. So do not give it complete coverage. Okay, so our box is done. So I grab our little tag and with my handwriting, because I didn't feel like doing anything with my Cricut or anything like that, I just wrote Land of the Free on our tag. And then I just stuffed our pillows inside of there. Now I take our tag and I should have hung it, but I did glue it on to our box. And I took a white button and I glued it on to where the hole of the tag is at. And that was it for this one, you guys. Okay, you guys, on to our last one. This one is so easy, but I love like the little touch of decor it gives. So I took the Declaration of Independence and I printed it out and I cut it out. Now, I took a piece of cardstock just to make it, because I printed it out on paper and I didn't print it out on cardstock. And I just wanted to make it a little bit more stable. So I did glue it on to the piece of cardstock. Now, once it was glued on, I have these little coffee stir sticks, like little paint sticks, whatever you call them. They're very small, very thin. And I did stain them using my Waverly wax. Now I took some pieces and I cut them down, and I cut them down to fit, to make a border for our little mini Declaration of Independence. Now I glued them all down, and that was it for this one, you guys. So stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. I also put the link if you want to help me out with some craft supplies. You could buy me a coffee. I put that link inside the description box. So if you get a chance, check that out. I want to thank everyone. You guys mean the world to me. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. And as I always say, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.